they get into a situation where they're doing a certain job and they like, yo, I've been doing this for a while. You just need to go ahead and give me that.
All right.
So when somebody come and tell you exactly what you need to do, it's like, all right, you already proved that you're able to do it, but there's another step. There's another step that you got to make. There's another step that you got to reach in order to get to that goal, and you can't even do it. You just like, yo, I've been here already. I've been doing that. I don't feel comfortable doing this, but I've been doing this job already. So let me just go ahead and slide into that opportunity. But you don't understand that there's things, there's steps, there's a process that you need to follow in order to get to something, get to the things that you want. And if you do not want to follow that process, if you do not want to endure the pain of that process, then you will never have the things that you want out of life.
What are you doing today that makes you better than the person you were yesterday? That is part of the Ascension brand. That is the motto, the heart of what we stand for. When I pass away, I want people to know. I want people to remember me, not for the time that I've spent on this planet, but for the things that I have done to contribute to society. My mama raised a loser, but I broke the chains. I wasn't made to be a player, I was made to build the game.
Alrighty. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the Dirty Trunk Podcast, where the elephant is always welcome. It is me, your boy, Marcus Morton. Always here with me is D. Aaron Mack, and we're here to give y'all another episode today.
What's going on, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome back. Why you dip like that, bro?
What?
You dipped, and I won't prepare for that.
Oh, what you mean?
It was like a hard stop. I won't ready for that.
But all right,
Start over.
The whole thing. All right.
Yeah.
Alrighty. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the Dirty Trunk Podcast, where the elephant is always welcome. And it's me, your boy, Marcus Morton. Always here with me is D. Aaron Mack, and we're back to give y'all another episode today.
Yes, man. Yes. Welcome back to the Dirty Trump Podcast, ladies and gentlemen. It's been some weird stuff going on, and we're gonna jump into it, man. First of all, what you been up to, man? Let's get caught up, man. I know it's the beginning of the year. You know, 80% of the people who started a New Year's resolution have already jumped off the New Year's resolution train already. People who decided that they were going to stop smoking on January 1st are now back to smoking a whole pack a day. On it's only the 6th of January right now.
While it's cold outside.
Yeah. I was telling somebody yesterday, bro, and she was like, "I'm cold." Like, I was like, "You know who ain't cold right now? People who don't smoke." But anyway, yeah, it's some crazy stuff going on, man. But with that going on, man, the rest of the world being retarded right now. What you got going on, Mark?
All right, so a collection of Morton's Castle and Ascension Media Group, the Aether cards will be coming real soon. That project is almost done. Just got a couple of stuff to iron out, and anti-Aether. I need to. Did you already put that picture?
We'll work on that. I'll talk to you about that in a minute.
Cool. Also, because of Ascension Media Group and the books that they have coming out, I've thought or put some thought into. I don't know if you have read any or know any of these books, but like the Choose Your Own Adventure books.
Yeah.
I want to try to get into that.
Okay. All right. I'm down. You talking like children books, or are we talking just like literature, like general literature?
So I kind of want to make some for adults. Like I've tried to get like where's the start? Like not where's the start, but like where did they originate from, or like who was the first creator of it,
Yeah.
trying to do research if they're even still popular. And yeah, I kept getting like, yeah, these were like children books or whatever. And I'm just like, no adult read these? I thought they were like, there was a adult category for this, not like, adult content, but just like,
Yeah.
so
I mean, they got those too.
yeah,
The adult content ones. Yeah. It's weird. Put your
weird.
Put your VR headset on and just, do your thing. I don't
That's what
know.
I was thinking about too.
I don't know. But anyway, we both happily taking men, so we don't necessarily indulge in those type of matters. But yeah, anything else, man? That was it.
Yeah, that's it.
I
That's it.
did come across a podcast that does the choose your own adventure thing.
Okay.
I had to stop listening to it because the dude who made it, he kind of snaked me on the back end, but I ain't gonna talk about that too much. But he was we were talking at one of the events that I met up that we went to sell the books. And he kind of approached us like he was like he wanted a working relationship, and that he was that like, how do I put it? Because I don't want to make it seem like I was like waiting for this or like needing this or whatever the case is. Like, my man kind of came up like, oh yeah, we're going to have this wonderful working relationship. We're going to do this. We're going to do that. I can't wait for this to happen and such and such. And I'm going to need your help with all of this and blase, splee. And they were there. Him and his mom were there to promote their podcast. And they ain't buy no book, even though they were saying that, the book was interesting and they wanted to know a little bit more. They didn't buy one. So I didn't think anything of it. I'm like, all right, they took a card, they might go to the website, whatever the case is, that's fine. Whatever. I'm not gonna be petty about it. It's cool. So somehow they found a way. My man found a way to get me to support this podcast that was a choose your own adventure joint. And I mean, for the most part, it was fire. It was just a few things on the audio's perspective that I was like, I just would have changed that or tweaked that just a little bit better had I been involved with it. But they had the voice acting going on. They had like the whole storytelling thing, the background music and all that. It was fire. But as soon as I started supporting his joint, my man dropped off the earth, bro. I was like, yo, what?
Come on.
Yeah, bro. So I was like, wow, he did all that to get me to support his vision, and he didn't even need to.
So what?
He didn't even need to, bro. Like, you could have started with the podcast, the name of the podcast, what we do, and I would have been like, yo, that sounds good. Like, let me get your card, let me get on that. Me and Alyssa listened to like the first few sections of it, and bro, it was pretty interesting. And I was like, yeah, let's keep listening to that. But once I saw that my man just like fell off, I was like, all right, I don't think I'm that interested now.
Well, dang. It's interesting that people and we see them all the time. We got some of them at work. They'll go above and beyond to like not swindle you, but kind of butter you up so you kind of help them, or like they get their
they get their way.
They need. Yeah,
they get their way. Like your boy we were talking about yesterday.
Talking to who?
Not yesterday, but the day before yesterday. I ain't trying to say no names, man. You know what I'm talking about, bro. Your homie.
Oh, my homie. Oh,
yeah, the one that said that I don't like him. Nah. All right, just a lesson for anybody. Like, it's hard to like a person who don't execute.
Ooh.
It's hard to like a person who don't execute. When you an executor, it's hard to like people who don't execute. I'm just gonna start off on that note. I'm gonna let Mark get into his story though, because we ain't about to go there right now. I'm gonna let you go ahead and finish, Mark.
Oh man, it's crazy because it's like they'll do all of that and they could be, putting that energy into executing, but it's like they don't. And that's a little reason why we're here today to talk about execution and like, what is the fear behind it? Why does people fall short in executing? If they don't know, why don't they, don't they know? Or like learn. It's it's like when you've done it before and when you do things on your own, when you like, start businesses, get on your entrepreneur path, there are going to be people that are just like, you kind of have to look at people different because now it's like, what's their excuse? Because we're over here, doing XYZ, and then they'll come up to you complaining, oh, I can't do this. And then you're just like, but why? And then they give you this whole spew of this list of excuses, this whole story of woe is me and all this other stuff. And it's just like, you still ain't said the problem yet. You just
this is a bunch of noise, bro. Like, it's just a bunch of noise, bro. What are you saying? Like, I had that situation happen to me so many times yesterday, and I was like, yo, y'all a bunch of characters, man. What do y'all want out of life? And like, especially my man who was in our department moonlighting and complaining about a bunch of stuff, and ain't nobody even know who sent him down there. That shit bugged me. I was like, what in the hell are we talking about right now? That was insane to me, man.
wait, is that what that whole thing was yesterday?
Yeah, bro. Like, you got four people out of leadership trying to figure out how you even got down there. You complaining to all of us about the problem, and you ain't even supposed to be here. I'm like, yo, what is happening right now, bro? Yeah, that's exactly how that happened. I was so confused, man. So confused.
I was too. I was like, we working. I don't. If I.
And the shit was going back so fast. I was like, where? What? I'm like, yo, it ain't nothing back here. What are you talking about? Like, y'all been standing around for the past 5 minutes. What are you saying? What do you want? You want some people that you can socialize with, bro? You want to put on a show, bro? Be a comedian. Granted, you ain't that funny, but still.
Hey, gotta start somewhere.
Yeah, man. I got a Bossa False, man. We ain't went Bossa False for a while.
All right.
But I try to get these joints in the perspective when I'm going through my day-to-day life. And things are just happening to me. They're happening around me that I just don't understand. And so there's one situation happened to me, man. I was going to Walmart. I'm walking up in this joint, bro. And I'm coming through the parking lot. It's broad daylight. There's a bunch of people in the parking lot. I mean, people walking across the joint trying to get into the store. They about to get hit. They like got people beeping at them and stuff like that. It's kind of like that outside Walmart on this day. And I see this brand new Chevy what's the big Chevy truck, the Tahoe, the biggest joint,
the one with the bed on it or the one with the trunk on it?
No, the SUV.
I
think it's the Tahoe, the biggest joint, whatever the Suburban, yeah. I see a Chevy Suburban pull up, bro. And I mean, this joint was clean, white joint with the chrome rims and everything, the factory chrome joint. So, this joint about a $60,000-$70,000 truck pulling up in front of me. And it drove past and it just like stopped short, like right next to me. Now, mind you, the parking lot is still full of people, right? So I look and I got my headphones in at the time. I just happened to look over at this truck because I'm like, yo, what is this dude? What my man doing right now?
Mm.
And I look over and I see this Arabic dude, and he has a woman in the passenger side. She holding a baby. He calls me over. Hey, my friend. Hey, my friend. Hey, come here, my friend. And I was like,
Bruh.
all right,
I already know where this is going.
okay, all right. So you'd heard of this shit happening before?
Bruh, this happened to me, I want to say 3 times in the same week. And
Oh, come on, bruh.
it was always when I was getting gas at,
Come on, bruh.
the gas station. It was so weird. First time I was like, yo, that was weird. Cause the person was trying to, I ain't sorry to cut you off with your story, but like
Go ahead.
it, he was like, can I have a little money for gas or whatever? And I'm just like, yo, I ain't even, I wasn't struggling at this point, but I was like kind of holding on to my money at this time. Because while I was pumping the gas, I had, left the thing running, but I was supposed to cut it off at like 20, and like talking to them,
that's always a struggle.
It went past that, and I was like, bro, you kind of just like cut off your blessing like right there. Because now I gotta pay what I did not intend to pay at this pump right now.
Oh man, that's hilarious. Yeah, man.
Like, he was trying to give me his chain, his rings.
Yo,
I was like, yo, what are you doing? This don't look
bruh. But here's the thing that I had, here's the thing that I was tripping about, because like that morning, right, I was doing all of this research on marketing and like reaching your target audience. So like all that shit was like in my head, right? So as I walk up to the joint, my man has the same story. I need some gas. I got my family in the car. We need to eat. He started rolling down all type of windows so I can see everybody. It's like 7 people in the backseat. Like I'm talking like women, kids. I'm pretty sure my man had his parents, the in-laws in the car and everything, bro. Like I was like, yo, what in the hell is happening here? And he like tried to like, he took his ring off. He's like, I can sell you my ring. I can sell you the chain. I'm like, bruh, I don't wear jewelry. I don't have any need for that. But it's pure gold, solid carat, blah blah blah. I'm like, bro, I feel you. You need money, but I don't wear jewelry, bro. Like I feel that. You see me. I don't have on any jewelry. I got on sweatpants, bro. Like I'm at Walmart. like, bro, I'm not like going into Goldman Sachs or something. I'm at Walmart, bro. Like I ain't jewelried out. I drive a Hyundai, my dude. Like I don't got the funds for that. Like, come on, my dude. And then like he was like, well, I still need money. I was like, I'm sorry.
That's not on me.
So false or false that I was able to look in this dude's face, look in his wife's face, his kid's face, and tell him, no, I don't have the money to give y'all because I don't wear jewelry. Like I was able to look at all their faces, everybody. I made eye contact with everybody in that big ass truck and was like, no.
Oh no, you put it like that. I'd say it's a boss move because seeing how that happens like a lot, I'm thinking it's some other scheme or
of course, bro.
But I'm just like, are they doing all that just to sell the jewelry?
Bro, but I'm saying though, like I told you, like I was doing a whole bunch of marketing on a whole bunch of research on marketing and finding your target audience, bro. My dude, it was a lot of white dudes out there, bro, but he stopped me.
Yeah.
It was a lot of white dudes out there, bro. Like I'm telling you, the parking lot was full of them. In fact, I was the minority out there joining. And he stopped. He saw me, bro, and like it wasn't like I'm gonna tell you exactly where we were, right? It was at the joint, like the aisle, the parking lot aisle right in front of the door, and I was about to cross that joint. But when you drive in that joint, it's the road, the aisle goes one way towards the door. My
Mhm.
dude jumped in the traffic to drive this big ass Tahoe into the wrong direction in front of cars and everything, just so he could get my attention, bro.
That I don't know if that's target audience. That's profiling right there. That's social profiling.
I mean, bro, call it what you want. He know who to target. He know the white dudes ain't about to buy that shit.
That's true. And when a dude hit me up at the gas station, he used that. He was like, "I see you got the nice car and whatever," and I'm like, "Bruh, my car is like 30 right now."
Show him the hole at the top.
I ain't say nothing about it, but that was in the back of my head. I was like, man, I got a bullet hole on top of my shit. That thing been there for years, bro. Like I ain't the one for you, bro. I don't have it. I'm sorry.
Oh man, that's crazy, bro. I mean, but you know, the target audience thing, man. Like whether you trying to find black folks to buy your gold chain or selling life insurance for fake life insurance policy to old people who don't know how to use the internet. Target audience is target audience, man. Use that information very cautiously. Because we about to talk about execution, and I don't want nobody to get no ideas.
Thanks. Man. But yeah, boss move for not giving in, and you know, for saying
I appreciate
no.
that, Mark. Make me feel like a better human today.
Because if you would have done something, you know, you would have been aiding their scheme, and then they would just continue doing this. I'm pretty sure they're gonna continue doing it. Somewhere, someplace they're making money.
I have no way of telling if that gold chain or that ring was real or not. Like I get that joint, put that joint on, and it started fading before I even leave Walmart, bro. Like I don't know. Plus, like I said, I don't wear jewelry anyway, so it don't even benefit me. But anyway.
But yeah, I mean, I do give the man or those type of people, you know, I give them 95% for execution, because they get it done.
Yeah. It's hard to hear no that many times.
Facts, bruh. But if they had that energy and something else, anything else, I'm pretty sure they would have it. They would be.
Let's not go there, Mark, because they probably make more money than we do, bro. I'm just saying. He did drive something nicer than I was driving, though. I'm just saying.
That's true.
And so do some of the people who just be sitting on the side of the road with cardboard signs. They got a lot more money than we got. In fact, if you think about it, if they sitting in the right spot, Mark, they getting a whole lot of no's. But in the process of their finding their target, they getting a lot of no's, bro. So it's only a matter of time. If you get no's, you're gonna get a yes. So most of those people, bro, they getting more yeses than we getting while we at work.
Come on.
If you think about it, bro, somebody sitting on the side of the highway probably make more money an hour than we do, bro. Don't that make you feel good about yourself?
It don't at all.
Well, that's why we're here to talk about execution.
Yes, sir. All right, so how'd you want to dive into it? You want to get to
all right. So the reason why I wanted to bring this joint up, honestly, and just full transparency, like I took a week off, bro. And the week off that I took was the end of December. It was the very last week of December. I said, I don't want nothing to do with my job. Only thing I want to do is focus. And me and my girl, we took off a week from our corporate America responsibilities. And I was telling people about that, bro. And for whatever reason, everybody thought that we were just off just to be, just to enjoy the holidays. But I'm like, that's weird that everybody's brain just automatically goes there when you say I took a week off at the end of December. I'm like, yo, first of all, I took off the week after Christmas. So how much of the holidays you think I'm enjoying right now? Like real talk. Like the holiday was already over on the week that I took off. So I don't really get where you're going with that. But I realized like it wasn't a lot being done during that time period, but I felt like I had my hands dirty the whole time, bro. Like the thing that made me put this like want to go here today on this episode was like the fact that I was asking people what they were executing on, and I'm like, yo, I don't want to hear nothing but what you guys are doing as far as like how you spending your time right now, because it's all fine and dandy that when I talk to you that you just like all these great ideas and everything going which way, and we having all these conversations about what we gonna do. I'm just gonna come out of some random ass Tuesday and just be like, yo, what y'all doing, what y'all up to? And I even did it with our group, bro. I posted it in the Rise of Greatness group. I'm like, yo, what y'all doing today?
Word.
And the amount of people didn't match the amount of responses, and I can't say one way or another that anybody that the people who didn't respond, if they actually doing something or not. I just know everybody saw it and not everybody responded. So what that tells me is that you don't want to be held accountable for the things that you said you want to do. So with that, and we've already talked about the accountability piece. We can go into accountability for like a whole episode if we want to, but right now we're talking about purely the execution part, because there's a lot of people who say that they want to do stuff, but they don't do it. Like they just straight up, they just don't do it. Like we've been talking to like for and another thing that made me go here, because I've just been kind of getting kicked in the teeth by people at work because like y'all just keep saying that y'all want stuff. Y'all just keep saying that you want to do stuff, but yeah, every time you get the opportunity to make something happen, you get the opportunity to get outside your comfort zone and do something, you do nothing. You do absolutely nothing. Yet, whenever you get around the person that the opportunity was revolved around, all of a sudden you open it up like a book. But when you get by yourself, and that energy, you don't keep that same energy. And that's what I wanted to talk about. Because you need to, because not only do I don't, for real, like I don't need to hear you talking about nothing for real. Like you don't need to come to me telling me nothing. I'm not nobody. I'm just a dude that writes stuff. Like for real. I'm just a dude that puts stuff on paper. I'm just a dude that make books. Like I ain't never think that making books was like this huge thing. But people read. Like I just write stuff. That's all I do. Like you don't need my approval to do anything. You don't need to know that I got an LLC and all of a sudden you just want to start coming up with business plans and all this other elaborate stuff. Like we don't need to have those conversations, bro. Like for real. I want to talk about those people, man, because like I got so many people who come to me saying that, I can do this for you, I can do that for you, and we can do that together, we can do this, and we can do that. This sounds like a good idea, but Mark, when the spotlight is off of them, Mark, they don't do nothing.
Ooh. All right, so with that, what is it that makes that energy like just drop off?
Bro, I can't speak for like the next man, but I know like at some point, if there's something in you that's keeping you from executing on what you said you wanted to do, then you got to check why you got a lack of motivation. You gotta like dig deep and figure out like, yo, why am I not motivated to do that? Whether it's a thing of that's not really what you wanted to do, or you just don't know what you really want to do, or you too afraid to break outside your comfort zone. I don't know. There's a lot of factors there, man. And I don't have the wherewithal to handle my own life and handle theirs too. Like, and that's one of the things that, because I ask people, bro, and I try to address the elephant when people talking to me, man. Like the one girl who was telling me that she wanted to get into photography, bro. She told me like, yo, like this is what I always wanted to do. And you tell me that's what you always want to do. I'm going to talk to you like that's what you always wanted to do. Like you complaining to me about work. I don't care about work. What you doing outside of here? Like for real, like what are you doing outside of here? And you start giving me excuses. I'm just like, did you really want to do it, or did you just want to make excuses or just dream about doing it? Like for real, like if you just wanted to dream about doing it, you shouldn't have said nothing. So I can't get into people motivations and like, yo, I try to ask you like, yo, what is stopping you? Like for real, like what's stopping you from doing what you said you want to do? And nobody has an answer.
And it's not so that they, well, I mean, yeah, it is so that they don't have answers. But like for some reason, it's I guess like a feeling or the dopamine level is kind of high when you're sharing that, oh, I have this idea, I have this great scheme, I this thing that I want to do,
Yeah,
it's
right.
like the dopamine levels are higher when you're sharing it and whatever, it, like you said, it sounds good on paper, but like once you get home and it's time to actually put the pen to paper, read the stuff, get it done, it's just like there's no more dopamine, there's no more high, there's just
right.
And at that time it's literally just time for execution, just do it. But it's like for some reason we get in this mindset where we have to be in tip-top shape to start something. We have to be at our greatest to start something. The stars have to be aligned, the planets have to be aligned, there has to be a full moon along with a solar flare or something. It's just all of these things have to be correct before we start something. And it's just like, no, that's not the case. Just literally start it. It's literally just, all right, let me type up something, or hey, let me watch this video to learn something. You could do it at any time of the day. Not while you're at work. We don't want y'all to lose your job, or maybe we do. But point is, set some time out for
sometimes you gotta do what
yourself.
you gotta
do. This is true. Invest in yourself. Like that's all we're talking about. Execution. It's also along with investing in yourself. You have to put the things in motion to invest in yourself so you can come out on top. So you get your goal, accomplish it. Just start it. Just do it.
Yeah. There's a lot to unpack what you just said, bro. Like the thing that like I wanted to get in though, like I just want people, like if we had a situation where like if the people who came to talk to me was just like, look, I got some things I want to do, but I need some help. Like my mindset is all fucked up right now. Like I feel like I can't move forward. Like I feel like there's some things that I want to do in my life, but for whatever reason, I can't figure out how to start. Like I just need some help. And you just seem like that dude. Like every time you come around me, you asking me about my dreams and goals, and don't nobody else do that. I just need some help. Like I'm looking for somebody who to like. If we gonna talk about it, bro, let's talk about the whole problem. Like I don't want to talk about the fact that right now you at work. So now all of a sudden you got this high because you talking about your goals, bro. Like for real, like I ain't on that. I ain't on that. Like I get my own dopamine saying my affirmations in the morning, bro. I don't need you. Like for real. Like like I'm just being real. Like I don't need external validation for my goals. There ain't never been a time where I said, all right, this is what I'm going to do. Alyssa said, I don't think that's a good idea. And I'm just like, yeah, you're right. I told Alyssa, like, look, when I first started writing the list of books that I had that need to be written, which by the way, we're higher now than the last time we had this conversation, but we ain't gonna go there. But when I told her how many books I had to write and how long I had to write them, she was like, "That's impossible." And I'm like, "Yes, I know." But I'm still going to get it done. I don't care how I'm going to get it done. It's just going to get done. Like, it just don't matter. It doesn't matter how, like, what anybody thinks about my ideas, my goals, my dreams, like, I don't need to walk around saying them to people. Like, yo, for real. Like, there's still people that I work with now. It was like, yo, I didn't know you wrote. I didn't know you write books. I know you had books out. I know you was a published author, bro. Like, what? I didn't even know this. Like, yo, how many books you got out? And I tell them how many books I got out. I'm like, yo, I got this book out. I got that book out. Third book coming out. We got this series over here. Got nonfiction joint coming out, bro. Like, I've been putting in work, bro. And is it easy? Emma, tell me, when you on this podcast, you say that you tell your goal. When we on this podcast and I'm giving you that validation, yeah, that's a good idea, bro. I can't wait to see that when you get in the lab by yourself, bro, and ain't nobody in that room but you standing in front of your computer. Mark, how does it feel, bro? Because I think people just think I'm bullshitting when I say it, bro. How does it feel, Mark?
It don't feel good. I'm telling you. Especially when you get to like a hang up or something, or like just something is just not going. It is mind boggling. But it needs to be done. There's many times I just be like, because I got a bed, like right 5 steps, I'm in a bed. Like it's a struggle. But I mean, it's with me. I like to learn, so I like to figure things out. That's how my mind works. So when I do get to those hangups, I'm just like, it kind of excites me even more because I'm like, yo, I don't know how to do this, but I'm gonna figure out how to do this. And then if I have to move on, I'll move on. But other than that, yeah, it's not a happy feeling, and it's not gonna be a happy feeling each and every time.
But go ahead. My bad.
But like just thinking of like the finished product, because like, yo, we doing 3D design. Like, yo, this shit is dope. You know what we can do with 3D designs, bro?
Yes, bro. Yes. But yeah, like on that note, that what you just said about like you like to learn, bro. Like most people most people love to learn, like because if you learn and you growing, so like people know that. But the problem is that when most people start learning that they're inadequate,
oh yeah,
then all of a sudden they turn back, bro. Like, yo, for real, like. I have if I'm having a conversation like the same chick that with the photography, bro. Like, yo, like I asked her a question. I'm like, yo, do you know that your mindset right now is counterproductive to what you want in life? And she was like, what do you mean? I'm like, look, you sitting up here thinking that you sitting up here with a lottery mentality, thinking that you just trying to come across more money, thinking that you want to be rich, but you're not ready for that. Because you still believe that people with money came from money. So you don't even know that it's possible to start from where you are right now with what you have. So you will never get to where you need to be. Which is probably, honestly, the reason why we haven't had that conversation since we had that conversation.
But yeah, like, why do people get into the mindset of like something extravagant has to be having to start, and then when I start, the next day I'm gonna be this multi-billionaire? It doesn't work like that, and it's like we've talked about this before, the microwave mentality that like I need it quick and easy.
Because you got like companies online that's like advertising that shit, like make money fast or make this much in 30 days and all these other things like that. Like, and then people just like they start feeling like they can do that.
But even with that, all right, let's say you make the money fast. What you gonna do with it?
Spend it fast.
Exactly. Because it's gonna be like, all right, I got it fast. I
I'm gonna
can
spend it
continue to
faster.
do this, right? Probably already got a list of things you're gonna buy with the money you ain't received yet, but you're gonna receive it. And it's just like that's the whole reason it's gone fast is because you got it fast. And
Yeah.
it's just like, why not figure out a way to either make money slow, but it's consistent passive income, or
I don't know about
learn.
slow, but all right, I feel you.
Well, you know what I mean. It's not gonna come directly to you right then and there, but like you set these things in place, a product in place,
Yeah.
to where it's gonna accumulate. You
Yeah.
know, um, instead of trying to just like get rich quick, and then once you get rich quick, you're probably gonna quit it, and it's gone. Uh, so maybe what I'm trying to ask is like how to get into, well, not even how to get into. You're gonna have to get into a more mature money spending mindset first before you even start trying to bring in more income, because it's gonna be a waste if you just gonna blow it.
Was there a question?
It was, but when I started talking, I started answering those questions, and I was
Okay.
just
Yeah.
like,
Yeah.
God.
Yeah. Um, one thing that I'm noticing, bro, like
Mhm.
people just like sitting on ideas, dog. And like, cause you got the people who just like they switch up, they change their mind up every 2 minutes and never execute on nothing. Like they never give themselves time to learn anything. That they figure out that by the time they get into it, it'll be too hard, or somebody's already doing it, or whatever the case is. I don't know. But you got people who they sit on ideas forever and they never execute on them. Like, you got some people who they've been doing something and they're good at it. Cause and here's where we get to the deep part of it, because like 9 to 5 people are gonna be 9 to 5 people. You gotta let them be. You gotta let them be them. Once they get to the point where they understand themselves and they understand what they have in front of them, then they it is what it is. But you got some people who already have a gift. They have a gift, but they don't know how to push that gift forward, or they're at a point of their lives where things are not going right, so they're not understanding how to make that gift work and use it to their advantage. So we talked about one group of people already. I want to talk about this group of people, like the people who are like me, who have a gift, people who are like you, who have a gift. They already got their proof of concept. Everybody says that, okay, yeah, that's fire. What you got going on right here is dope. We can't wait to see what you got coming up, but they never have anything coming up. How do you feel? Like, how do you think that somebody who already knows what they want to do, already passionate at something, how they can be passionate at something, know how to create it, but never push it forward?
How can they be like that, or what was the
how do
question?
they get to a space where they know what they know where they know what they're good at, but they don't move on it?
Well, how to get there is pretty simple. You have, I guess, either like the base knowledge or
No,
some
we're
knowledge.
talking about people who already know what they want out of life. They like people like me and you who already create stuff. But because like, I got a few people just offhand. Like I know that they got the juice. But as soon as you try to tell them like, yo, this is what you need to do, this is what you need to do, are you doing this, are you doing that, they ain't doing none of it. It's like everybody else know what you need to be doing, but you not trying to figure out what you need to be doing in order to push yourself forward.
And you're asking how we get there.
Yeah, like how like what do you think is keeping people from moving forward and putting themselves out there? Because like I know some people with a lot of skills, man, and various things. Like, yo, people who can work with us right now, bro, and we can dominate the game, bro. Like, we can come together and put our crafts together, bro. We can dominate right now, like multiple people right now. And for whatever reason, these people just don't want to move out of their current situation, bro. What do you think that is?
A number of things actually. First one, we talked about it before, fear. People are fearful of the unknown, and the the weird thing about that is it's like they've done it. They've known they know that they're good at it, right? Or they know they can put out something, but it's just like they kind of doubt themselves. They're like, oh, it's not that great. But like you're getting all these accolades, all this praise from other people, but it's like kind of understanding how it's supposed to be done and seeing, comparing. That's another thing, comparing your work to people that's been doing it for years. You see this masterpiece over here, but you see, your work with just, the basic fundamental knowledge of it. And then it's just like, yo, I'll never get to that. But it's just like, if you would keep working at it, you can have something greater than that. You have your own ideas, your own, spin on things. And that's what the world needs. It needs a collective of different ideas, different, ways to think, because right now everything is really linear. So why not be the person to kind of break that
Normalcy.
Normalcy. There we go. And then another thing is I want to say probably like maybe passion or focus. I know a lot of times with me, like I'll be working on something and then I'll be thinking of something else and be like, oh, that's a good idea for that. And then a lot of people, they don't have that willpower to just sit there and knock something out. They have to have like multiple projects at one time, and then they do this weird multitasking thing where they're like simultaneously here, there, and everywhere and whatnot.
Doing a whole bunch of nothing.
Yep. And getting nowhere.
Mm-hmm.
So it's a collective of those two things. I'd say comparison and the lack of focus. Did you have anything to like kind of?
Yeah, I wanted to get back on the fear of the unknown thing that you put out there first. Like, I don't know what like other people brains do. Like, I can't speak for everybody's like thought process, but bro, like I know that I don't fear the unknown as much as I probably should. Like, for real, like I get to thinking about it. Like, some of y'all just so scared of everything that I start looking at my lack of fear like I got a problem. Like, I'm just being real. Like, I'm like yo, for real, like, should I quit my job? Like, for real, like I had a situation that came up the other day that was so deep I forgot to do it, and I was like, I'm gonna start on it at home, because if I'm gonna be on the computer at work, I can try to at least like go, like when I go on break, I could take the computer in the break room and I could try to finish it there or whatever. And I forgot to do what I forgot to send the file, bro. And I was about to just be like, yo, bump work, and I'm about to go back home and get that joint and finish it. I come in late on the back end, bro, but I need to go ahead and do that, bro. Like, for real, like I make decisions like that now, and the reason I make decisions like that now was because I don't fear the unknown, but I fear the known.
Ooh.
What's known right now? The known is, if I continue doing what I'm doing, I'm going to continue getting what I always got. If I continue working for corporate America, I'm going to continue to be broken by corporate America, and I'm going to continue being corporate America's slave. That's the known right now. The unknown is, yo, if I continue doing what I'm doing, I might get, like Mark said, I might plant some seeds, and those seeds might come back and grow on me. But if I don't do what is scary today, then I'll regret not doing it in the future.
That's crazy. I
Also,
like that. Mm.
also, you went into people not thinking they that deep. And I just want to go ahead and throw a story out there. And for you gaming nerds, I want y'all to pay attention, right? Because I know we got a few of y'all who listen to this, and Mark is wearing that '90s shirt right now, and it's hilarious because I'm about to really hit y'all '90s babies hard right now because like y'all grew up on the same thing I grew up on. Anybody who had a Nintendo 64, if you can remember this game, it came with a gold cartridge. It's called The Legend of Zelda Majora's Mask. And if you were really special, you had to join with the holographic cover on it, or you turn it, you'll see Skull Kid on one side, you'll see Link on the other side with the fierce deity mask. So for real, think about this, right? The dude who made Legend of Zelda Majora's Mask absolutely hated the game, bro. He absolutely hated it because he was like, yo, I made this and for whatever reason, it don't look like the other joints. Like it don't look like Ocarina of Time. It don't look like Link to the Past. It don't look like Link's Awakening. It don't look like none of that. So I don't like it. It don't look good to me. In fact, bro, if you go back and look at the data, it says that the dude who created it, and I can't remember my man's name, bro. Like, y'all can look this up. My man didn't even want to release it, bro.
Come on.
He put millions of dollars into creating that game, bro, and he didn't even want to release it because he was like, I don't like it. Artistically, it's not the vision that I wanted to see. It's not what I wanted to put out there. Artistically, he's like, yo, I don't even, this is like bump what people want right now. I don't even know what people want. I just know that this is not what I want. The game got released anyway, and right now that game has sold more than 3.36 million, according to Google, 3.36 million copies on the Nintendo 64. It's still selling now. The game is valuable right now. That thing is like a Charizard card right now, bro. It's valuable. Like it's up there, bro. And they are still talking about selling the game on the Nintendo eShop, bro. Like for real. Like they still talking about putting the game on the eShop, bro. Like so the game is still making money. So here's what I wanted to say, like if your idea, you got proof of concept. If you got proof of concept, right, and you putting stuff out there that people like and they enjoy, they eating it up every time you put it out there, it don't make no difference how you feel about how you like what you think it's not going to do when you put it out there. You don't need the fear of putting it out there, bro. I promise you it's hard to argue with $36 million.
Facts.
I promise you it's hard to argue with that. Like, yo, for real, like I don't like this, but everybody else do. Like, this is my gift. Like, even if it ain't what you want to do, bro, ain't that better than corporate America?
Yeah.
Like if you doing something like and maybe I'm fucking retarded. I don't know. Maybe I'm retarded. And I'm just thinking I'm underthinking things. Maybe if I'm doing something and I'm like say I got something going on outside of writing and I'm doing that and I make $1 million off of that before I make $1 million off of writing. Can't I just use isn't that still better than corporate America? So what am I fearful of? Like for real, like if the gift that I have can still take me further than my job can, then there is no fear. You shouldn't have any fear.
But I think with that, it's the ego thing. So say you do have a situation like that. Someone knows what they do, they're talented or whatever. And it's like there's a thought in the back of your mind that's just like, yeah, I'm not so great at this, but like, what if I put something out and it's just totally horrible? It's just like,
oh well.
And yeah, that's the mindset to have. At least you put something out, but it's just like, for some reason, people have this ego where it's like, it has to be great. If I put it out, if it came from me or something, it has to be great. And it's just like, that ain't really the mindset to have. And I've seen artists, people that can draw they ass off.
I'm talking.
I'm telling you.
And famous already too.
Yes. And they well, we know a couple of, we know artists, singers, that have that.
They got
it has to be perfect.
They got the bait. They got the bait.
And it's just like, just put it out. Like, you're good. You're good. But why are you getting hung up on like this one thing? Just this one thing. You got millions of other things waiting to put out that's already out, but you getting hung up on this one thing just because you don't like it. There's something off that you see, mainly only you see or you hear, and it's just like, it's off. I don't like it. No, throw it away. No, put it out. Let if someone does pick it apart and be like, oh, this is your mistake, boom, you just learned something. You figured out.
Rocket science done. You found the answer to X right there. Just X equals learn from your mistakes. Like, just it's not that deep, bro. Did y'all see this? It's just the wrong side. Like, for real, like that's what it's about right there. Like, if you're not looking at the video, I got the new merch on. The Better Than Yesterday AOP hoodie. It's nice, and I love this thing, man. It's comfortable, bro. Like, this joint feel like very like high quality. It ain't as dark as I wanted it to be. I want it black, but it's all good, man. I like this thing, man. Looking at investing in Letterman jackets next, but them joints got the embroidered logo on the back of it. That's hot. Anyway, man, Better Than Yesterday, man. Like, for real, like Mark just said, the answer is learning from your mistakes. And I'm just being honest with y'all. Like, most of y'all just consistently make the same mistake every single day of your lives. And that's the fact that when you're not doing anything, you're not doing anything. And what do I mean by that? I talk to so many people who once they're done with their day is done. You're not doing anything extra. You ain't reaching out to nobody. You ain't talking to nobody. You ain't listening to the Dirty Trump podcast. So you ain't getting no personal development in. You ain't doing no extra activities. Only thing you're doing is your day to day. And that's a mistake. And for whatever reason, because there's not anybody in your lane right now who's telling you that that's a mistake, you don't even recognize it's a mistake. I need you to understand that it's a mistake to, when you get off of work, to not do anything with your life. I understand you got kids, you got a family to take care of. I get it. But bruh, if you need extra time to do something, you can't afford to sleep until 8 o'clock in the morning, fam. You can't afford it. You ain't got if you don't have the time to work on anything, you can't afford to spend money on Jordans, bruh. I'm just trying to tell you, like, you ain't got the money to start a business right now. You ain't got the money or the time. You ain't got the money or the time to be ignoring your duties right now to do anything, right? Yeah, for real. Like, if you getting off of work, you got kids at home, you got to take care of them. I understand it. You got to put the kids to bed. You got a baby or whatever, you one income household, whatever the case is, bro. Y'all struggling, bro. There's a way out of everything. All you got to do is make a decision to get out of it. This conversation ain't about skills. I promise you it ain't. Because for real, you ain't even got to have skills to do what you need to do. Some of y'all want promotions in corporate America. You ain't even executing on that. You out here thinking that people just supposed to give something to you. Bruh, Oh my God. I just heard something yesterday that almost made me sick, and I don't even think I'm able to talk about it, bro. But like it's some people at work, bro, who are in positions. And Mark, we talked about these people, bro. The vested computer skills folks, bro. We talked about them already, bro.
Mm.
Like they get into a situation where they're doing a certain job, and they like, yo, I've been doing this for a while. You just need to go ahead and give me that.
All right.
So when somebody come and tell you exactly what you need to do, it's like, all right, you already proved that you're able to do it, but there's another step. There's another step that you got to make. There's another step that you got to reach in order to get to that goal, and you can't even do it. You just like, yo, I've been here already. I've been doing that. I don't feel comfortable doing this, but I've been doing this job already. So let me just go ahead and slide into that opportunity. But you don't understand that there's things, there's steps, there's a process that you need to follow in order to get to something, get to the things that you want. And if you do not want to follow that process, if you do not want to endure the pain of that process, then you will never have the things that you want out of life. There's a process in everything. There's a process in your household. When it comes to building your household finances, there's a process. When it comes to raising your children, there's a process. When it comes to becoming a good parent, there's a process. So when you ignore the process, you never get what you want. So a thing that I heard back in the day, bro, trust the process. Don't rush the process, trust the process. Some of y'all out here trying to cut corners. You're trying to cut corners. I heard about a dude the other day who his 20-year marriage is on the rocks right now.
All right, hold on. Check your volume, because your S's was popping. Oh, it could just be my headphones. I think they turned up, but
All right.
we good?
Yeah, I turned it down a little bit.
All right.
So go ahead, Mark.
With all of that, like it's literally just, what we've been saying, executing whatever you need to do. And it's not so much that, all right, like you said, these people, they know how to do the position, they know what to do, but they're not, learning that extra thing to push them forward, or they're not setting time aside to do the things they need to do to, push them forward. With the household thing, sacrifices have to be made. If it's, spend a little less time. Now, don't forget about your, priorities, but like there has to be sacrifices and a compromise somewhere. There has to be an understanding with you, your significant other, your roommate, your living partner, your kids, even that, hey, time has to be set aside from you all. The love is still there. The love ain't changed. But if we're going to get out whatever situation we're in, work needs to be put otherwhere so we can get out of our situation.
Bro, that's why I love Alyssa's planner, bro. Because the way she break down the like philosophy of balance, bro, is in a way that I don't think I've ever seen before, bro. And like it's like the way she breaks it down, like there's no way that you can focus on one section of your life. Like you can't focus on finances and income in that joint without focusing on your family and friends and your significant other, your fitness, and all these other things. Like, yo, there's no way that if you use this planner, bro, like there's no way that you could go out of balance, bro. And some of y'all just don't understand that life is just about balance. It's all about balance. That's it. And once you balance yourself in the areas that you need to balance yourself in, and that's the only way that you can propel in life. Like for real, we ain't gonna talk about skills because some of y'all ain't even on that. Y'all ain't even that deep yet. But like most of y'all, like most of the people who listening to this, bro, like y'all deep in corporate America right now. And not only are you deep in corporate America as in the fact that you got a job, but you got blue collar mentalities that you can't shake. So I ain't even gonna talk about getting out of blue collar right now with y'all, because that's not even what y'all trying to hear. What I want to talk about though is like, yo, there's a thing that's inside of you that wants to do better, but for whatever reason, you can't seem to let it do it. You can't seem to let that thing out and just say like this, like I know that's what I need to do. You just like somebody with an addiction, and you just keep scratching at the itch. Like you just keep relapsing. Every time you think that you about to move forward, you just fall backwards. Like some of y'all got relationships that you need to nurture. You got like marriages that you've been in forever, and all of a sudden you just stop doing what you're supposed to be doing, and now all of a sudden you just letting it fall to the wayside because you ain't got balance. You're trying to have too much fun, but you're not focusing on the real issues that are going on in your relationship. And you have things that you want to do with your life, and you know that your 9 to 5 is blocking you from doing it. You thinking that you just need more money. And if you had more money, you would be happy. And if you had more money, you would execute on your job. And if your job would do better, then everything will be fine. So here's the dark cycle. If I had more money at my job, I would do more at my job. And if I do more at my job, then I will possibly get a promotion at my job. So if you got the game that screwed up, then you'll never move anywhere, because how you do anything is how you do everything. And that's the only thing I'm trying to tell you guys. How you do anything is how you do everything. I know a lot of people who swear up and down that they get paid more money, they'll do more work. But I promise you, before we start getting paid more money, they was having the same conversation. How you do anything is how you do everything. It's a process. If you slack off at work, you'll slack off in your regular life, bro. I promise you. And if you slack off at work, you'll slack off in your marriage. And I promise you, I got a coworker proving that right now.
Come on.
Trust the process, bro. I think we could go ahead. Got my blood pressure up, man.
Oh man. With that being said, just execute, get out yourself, get off your own planet, and like just do it. Like if it's the fear of putting something out there and getting backlash from it, at least you put it out there, and now you have this whole source, social media, whatever. They're gonna critique it, learn from those critiques, take it in, figure out how you can do it better, even put your own twist on it, and boom, you got your own original product. That's how we've said it before in previous episodes, that's how people make money. They see a problem, they figure it out, boom,
done.
Solve problems for other people, and you will become a millionaire easy. If it's something you love, something you're passionate about, just do it. Put in the work, put in the time. We've said it before also, it's not going to be an easy start. You're not going to want to start it because you're going to be by yourself in the lab, learning, working, doing whatever. It might be after a job, it might be right before a job, but it still needs to get done. Execute and get it done. All right, ladies and gentlemen, this has been the Dirty Trunk Podcast, where the elephant is always welcome. It is me, your boy Marcus Morton. Always here with me is D. Aaron Mack. And remember, if you fail to address the elephant in the room, you are doomed to be crushed by the weight of it. This has been the Dirty Trunk Podcast. We are out.
Peace. Love y'all. See y'all next week.